Time to liven up your Monday night.
Rico and I are ready to take you sailing with the best of Filipino music.
We're going to hang out with your favorite Pinoy musikeros
and jam with them live here on The Good Ship.
So come along for the ride.
You know, it's really a special episode for Sound Trippers tonight because we have with us a wickedly talented and gorgeous radio DJ.
She entered the music scene with a song called Tulala back in 2014, and now she's got more up her sleeve.
Let's all say hey to Joyce Pring!
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Joyce, what brings a big-time radio DJ slash host slash musician like you to a little show like this?
I just wanted to see some big-time TV hosts, check out the sound trip that you guys are doing, and I'm really excited to be on this particular episode of Sound Trip.
Well, Joyce has been working on something really special that she'd like to share with our viewers.
Yeah.
Is it an album? A new single? We haven't even done a proper introduction yet. What kind of ship are we running here, Stefano?
So let's do this the way we always do and discover more about our guest OPM celebrity for tonight. So let's watch this. We know him today as a music icon, a former River Maya, businessman, shutterbug and painter, an intrepid host of this amazing show. But really, there's more to Rico Blanco than meets the eye. Tonight, it's high time we got to know the co-captain aboard this fantastic musical ship, Rico Blanco. There you go.
I mean, you're hosting a sound trip show. You didn't actually think that you're not going to be featured, right? It's impossible. Yeah, we're really.
I love it.
This ship is really sailing. All right.
So you have to switch places, the hot seats.
I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I was tasked to do this. Yes.
The hot seat, Rico. Yeah. Hot seat.
Try not to hit the ceiling while you're doing that too.
I love this.
How does it feel to be on the hot seat?
Look at his face.
He's just like, sino uunahin ko dito?
Right. How does this feel?
So that's why I don't have a script.
Yeah. You're in the hot seat.
Kind of scared of what's going to happen. What?
I really have no idea either, but I think my job here is to actually get to know you a little bit more and to let
Seryoso
everyone
ba to?
in. Yeah, seryoso to. We're really sailing this ship, guys. Do you want to interview Rico Blanco?
Okay, how did you start your musical career?
I usually ask this question.
Yes, that's why it's so weird, isn't it?
I started in a very musical family, not professionally, but everyone was singing at home. My mom, my grandparents, on both sides, loved to sing and dance. And
then when did you start kind of assuming or pursuing it professionally?
Most of our guests have really had that passion to do this professionally or for a living, or it's their dream. I was just really, honestly, a music fan, and I still am a music fan to this day. I was just this kid that really wanted to do everything. And if you're asking me how it happened that I became, that I was doing this professionally, it just, one thing led to another. I was an SK chairman then in our.
You were an SK chairman?
Yes, I told you.
How are we not pausing in that line? I'm serious.
I was that kid that wanted to do everything. So I was already, even before there was an SK, I was already I was doing some projects for youth projects in our village, and then I actually stumbled upon the Sangguniang Kabataan item while reading the local government code, and made calls like, why isn't there a registration period? I even remember calling the ILG because there was no announcements about it. And you can check this, they delayed it 2 or 3 times to get the word out. If they didn't, I would have been the only SK with no constituent, and maybe I've been in national SK in Congress with no constituent. But anyway, back to the story. So I was SK, and I just heard an ad on the radio for a band looking for members, and I just from Laguna, I took my bike to my friend's house. Hey, samahan mo ako. We're gonna go to Makati. We went to Manila, and then I made the cut. The band eventually we called it River Maya, and I had a couple of songs that I had written as a hobby. Yeah. Just I wanted to do everything, right? So I had songs too.
It was already prepared.
Yeah, I had
I'm
songs
ready.
too.
Here I am for my audition.
So
Here's some songs.
Then we had a hit song, and then another, and then we had a second album, and then a third one, and then I just realized that hey, before I knew it, I had a career.
Before, like, the process of going towards River Maya, have you had your fair share of rejections during auditions?
It was probably my first audition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
in a
River
band.
Maya was.
Yeah,
okay.
but I've had many bands before that. I remember a rejection though, and it wasn't. I didn't even get to the audition part.
Why?
I just went to this popular, in our town. There was this band.
Okay.
That was already making waves in our area, and they were telling me that. Well, I heard about them. A lot of my friends have been talking about them, how they're the best band there. So I finally met them. I hadn't really heard them. Well, yeah, I did hear them play once. And then I go up to them. They were playing Metallica, like heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
And they were really good. And so I go up to them. I said, let's jam. And they just told me, oh, keyboards? Because I was a keyboard player then. Ayaw namin ng keyboards eh.
So, like, at that time, you didn't have a place in that.
We don't want your keys.
All right.
It's time for a quick break, but to come back for more.
Welcome back to the Rico Roast here on Sound Trip. I know it is such a beautiful thing to say and to be on this side of the chair and roasting Rico Blanco. Give it up, you guys. Give it up. One more time. Back at it again with even more questions to roast Rico. You are the president of PhilSCAP, right? How has that been for you? How is it working out?
First of all, there's no salary for it,
Yeah.
You just do it purely
For the love.
voluntary. It's voluntary, but I'm committed to making people understand what the Filipino Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers is. We are, a community of songwriters and publishers that actually help people enjoy the power of music in their businesses, and we're people helping you get your licenses that you need. Whether we exist or not, you need those licenses to be able to play music legally. And we're helping you get them so that you don't have to go to every single songwriter all over the world. We're doing that for you. I'm representing artists whose intellectual rights have been trampled on since the start of time in the Philippines, and with people not respecting their rights. I'm representing them. So it is a lot of hard work because we grew up in a society that has taken intellectual property for granted. We got used to it being for free. We think that if we clap our hands and post in Facebook saying, oh, I love this composer, he's so good, that we've properly acknowledged the value of that composer's work. No, there is a price for it.
Back in 2007, you have decided to leave River Maya. What was the progression of the events that led to that decision?
If we want to go to details, it probably started a few years before 2007, where I went on a trip and found an opportunity somewhere open up for me. And when I asked the group, I wasn't allowed to go for it. Instead, I was told to just try again the following year because there are low months in touring here. I was bummed, but they were like family to me, so I followed. So the following year, I said, oh, okay, to give everyone more time to prepare, and since we're doing well. There are lots of gigs even during that time. So I said, let's postpone it another year. And then I think 2007 was the year that, I said, okay, I'm gonna take you up on the promise. So that's that. And I think when I said that and when I told him that a couple of months in advance, and this is like all just narrating. And we're good,
sure. Yep.
It's all past in the past now. But so when I brought it up, it was first received well, and then wasn't received well, and then became a little bit. Yeah. But since this is E, diba? We want to do it. So and then it became messy, and there were a lot of misunderstandings and hurt feelings on both sides. And so I actually even asking myself if I could stay, and I was praying the whole time for signs, but all the signs were really clearly for me to move on. It was definitely the most difficult time in my life, only because of how some people reacted to it. But in terms of the decision, it was one of the clearest decisions that I've ever had to make.
So at that time, you decided you wanted independence, basically.
Oh, I actually just really wanted to get out of the bus that I've been on for 14 years at that point, and wanted to take a break, and didn't want to promise anyone anything because I didn't know if I was gonna go back. And honestly, at that point in time, I wanted to close the book on music because I could do other things, but at that point no one believed me that I could do other things. I encountered one or two people who would say, what are you doing? You're meant to do music. Like in my head, yeah, but just music? So I really did walk away from everything that time, and I was open to even relocating to somewhere else.
When you are with an icon like Rico Blanco, it always feels like you're just scratching the surface with every question. And it is time again for another break.
And more of Rico in the hot seat when we return. Back to Sound Trip with our guest co-host, Joyce Pring.
Yes, this is the part where you clap. This is the part where you clap. Thank you. And I am not the woman of the hour. We do have a man of the hour, Rico Blanco, everybody. Saya, since we're switching places tonight, you get to do what I do for a living, which is to talk to people and sometimes give them not really sensible advice. It depends on the day, okay? Since your Twitter handle is Best Friend Corix, that's your name on Twitter, and I see you always talking to your fans and replying to them whenever they ask you about music or sports or all of these other things. So problematic callers will be calling in with their situations. You give them your advice and then you dedicate a song to them that you think would fit their situation.
Sure. Cool. So if Best Friend Corix is ready, let's begin.
So I guess I'm supposed to introduce a segment like I would usually on my show, yes? Okay.
Like in the radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the show today. And you are on a lucky streak because you do have Best Friend Corix with his love advice.
Woo!
First caller, please.
Hi, DJ Rico. I've fallen in love with my best friend's girlfriend. Can you give me advice?
Ako pare, you're on your own.
That's messed up.
Well, it does happen. You and your best friend probably get along, diba? That's why you're best friends, and it's highly possible you have the same taste. So I would dedicate the song "Sorry Naman." Maybe you can play that for your friend, and it's gotta fight your feelings, bro.
Best Friend Corix, second caller, please.
Hi, DJ Rico. I'm Diana. And I want to be a singer. Kaso lang, my friends and family say I can't sing. What should I do?
My friend, don't let anyone tell you what you can and cannot do. Believe in yourself and listen to the song I did with Parokya ni Edgar. It's called Sing. Close your eyes and sing, forget everything.
There you go.
Okay, go baby, go, go, go.
Hi, DJ Rico. The dog ate my homework. What should I do?
Thank you, say thank you.
Thank you.
Cutie pie.
That's so cute. Your dog ate your homework. My dear friend, when you find yourself in times of trouble, let your mother come to you for your homework. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you,
I think the
Joyce.
colors-
Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce Pring.
Thank you.
Well, because this is such a special episode, well, we have something for you.
Oh, hey. Oh, this. Okay. She's like,
Yes.
Yes,
oh my
and we
gosh.
get this for you too. We have
Oh, hey.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Joyce, we have something for you too.
Nice.
Wow.
Thank you.
So up next, my shipmate Rico Blanco will perform for all of you live.
Sorry naman, hindi naman ito sinasadya. Sorry naman, nahulog na lamang akong bigla. Pinilit kong lumaban, pinilit lumayo, pinilit di titigan mga larawan mo. Bigla na lang umikot ang aking mundo. Bigla na lang ang puso ko'y naging iyo. Sorry, sorry naman. Sorry, sorry naman. Sorry naman. Alam ko na tayo'y nagkasundo. Kaibigan, ang dapat na ituring ko sa'yo. Pinilit kong lumaban, pinilit lumayo, pinilit di tawagan ang bagong number mo. Bigla na lang umikot ang aking mundo. Bigla na lang ang puso ko'y naging iyo. Sorry, sorry naman. Sorry, sorry naman. Pinilit kong lumaban, pinilit lumayo, pinilit di titigan IG at FB mo. Bigla na lang umikot ang aking mundo. bigla na lang ang puso ko'y nag-iyon. Sorry, sorry naman. Sorry, sorry naman.
Sound Trip is presented by